देख तुम्हारा देख एक मिनट मेरा जाना है खाली देख चल रहा है कि नहीं चल रहा चल रहा है कि नहीं चल रहा से देख क्या रहा
है originals had no answer. How is Wells, the left-hander, going to cope with the ball coming back into him? Edged, but safe. Advancing down the pitch was Luke Wells. First runs conceded by Worrell. First ball for Luke Wells.
First 10 deliveries then. Tyler Cadmore out the bat the first, not the second, third, fourth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9 and 10.
Into space again. This time it will bounce away and run down the hill. Luke Wells has given this innings a little bit more of an injection that was needed after those first 10.
Yeah, I think Wells has decided with the one that he edged over the slips for 4 that the best thing you can do is try to get as close to the ball as possible. Take a bit of a punt that Worrell will be in and around that good length. Try and meet it before it moves too much.
Now changing the field with deep backward square leg and deep mid wicket for Worrell. So basically, slippers come out third line up inside the circle. Just off the power play.
Well, the left-hander certainly rained on Worrell's parade. Two fielders back now, dig backward square and mid-wicket. Wells is just looking to disrupt.
Now, that man's been placed at mid-wicket for that very shot. And it pays dividends for the spirit and for Dan Worrell. Luke Wells's pyrotechnics come to an end.
New batter for Welsh Fire, number 33, Joe Clark.
Yeah, advanced. Once again, Worrell was able to get a little bit shorter at it. He'd already reinforced that leg side field. And hey presto, land right in the hands of Pepper. Wells' stay was good fun. 23 from 8. Welsh Fire now 30 for 2 from 23.
Joe Clark comes in at 4. Welsh Fire, a couple of low-scoring games so far. 1 in victory, 1 in defeat. As soon as the right-hander comes in, Worrell returns to form.
Little strides down. Worrell just got a little bit shorter in length, cramped him up for room. Pepper did the rest. Thank you very much.
How often do you see 3 slips in the 100? That's what Worrell has got. Excellent end to a successful set. Power play is done, 25 balls. Past 30 runs on the board for the Welsh Fire.
स्क्रीन पे डबल टच करो लैक हो जाएगा ब्रो प्लीज भाई चैनल को सपोर्ट करो भाई मैं जितनी लाइफ में आऊँगा भाई, सब लोग को, आपको लोग को मैं दिखलाऊँगा भाई। जो ये चैनल पे जुड़े, सब चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भैया।
An extraordinary spell of bowling. He can do no wrong at the moment. He has it on a string. Oh, there you go. That's about the only thing he has done wrong. He's overstepped somehow. Everything else has gone perfectly to plan, but he's going to have to contend with a free hit here. Cool. Just good call. Well, what's going on?
Well, I was just thinking early on in your innings, to be gifted a free hit, treat that is. It's nipped and bounced over off stump. Brilliant bowling. I don't know if you remember, Nighty, last year's Spencer Johnson against the Manchester Originals.
Wow, what a shot. And it took something pretty special because Dan Worrell is right on top of his game. But Joe Clarke is a very talented batter.
Well, you have to be of high quality to hit the ball on top of the bounce, to go up and over extra cover. Almost a golf swing. Clarke puts on it.
भाई लोग जितने चैनल पे जुड़े हैं, सब चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर ले भाई। स्क्रीन पे डबल टच करें, कमेंट, लाइक, जल्दी जल्दी भाई लोग सपोर्ट करो भाई, छोटा भाई समझ के।
I remember that Spencer, I think it was his first game last year. Probably the right idea from Joe Clarke. Joe Clarke's trying to get to the length of it, so it hasn't got time to swing and seam a little bit off the surface.
Yeah, spot on, Nighty. Get closer to the ball, even try and cut the angle towards off stump. Ball's moving around. Get down the other end. Even clip one into the short side on the leg side.
And that just, for the first time, really makes the bowler just change his length up a little bit. Hey, look, it's easy sat in here, stood in here. It's doing all sorts out there, and the bowler's right on top of his game. But sometimes you just have to think about doing something a little different.
Yeah, you don't want to be standing still. The bowler's dominating proceedings to put him off his length, exactly like Clarke has tried to do. Be proactive, show some initiative. Yes, you have to take on extra risk, but so be it. Aim of the game is scoring runs.
20 balls, but he's caused a bit of chaos. Lost in the early part of this contest for 16 from him. 37 runs on the board from 30 balls.
Tested to the limit, sure, non-stop protection. Sponsor Sky's coverage of the hunt.
You're eating pop chips with the crew when you literally bump into your boss. You offer her a pop chip? Yes, pops, not fried. Anyways, you like her vibe, so invite her out, where you see the real boss, who loves it so much she organises an away day. Pop chips, start something good.
In Wren's big summer sale, get an Insinkerator instant hot water tap for $3.99. Join the great
प्लीज भाई
renovation.
चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो,
Tested
कमेंट
to
करो,
the
लाइक
limit,
करो।
sure, non-stop protection. Sponsor Sky's coverage of the hunt.
Liam Dawson.
A bit of a struggle. Luke Wells up the order, just a left-hand, right-hand combination, possibly give it a bit of impetus. He did exactly that. It's almost job done for him, 23 from 8. Liam Dawson has been the standout for London Spirit. It has been a bit of a struggle for them in the first couple of games. Oi!
Underrated cricketer, Liam Dawson. Serious performer. Shining light in this London Spirit. Early couple of fixtures.
Dead ball. Dead ball.
हेलो भाई चैनल सब्सक्राइब
Just
कर
the
ले
top
भाई
edge.
प्लीज़
I think
भाई
this has
हेलो
hit him in the helmet.
कमेंट करो लाइक करो चैनल सब्सक्राइब करो भाई जल्दी
Sweep
जल्दी
down
भाई
the slope.
लाइव देखना है तो जल्दी जल्दी चैनल सब्सक्राइब करो भैया
Yeah, clunk.
I can see
Straight on the melon.
themselves here at Dawson.
More than he anticipates. This is the case when batters get struck on the helmet. Protocol is the medical staff come on, assess the condition of the helmet, whether they want to change it. No, I think is the answer. Play on.
Just on Liam Dawson, Morgs, I mean, he would have obviously played, well, he'd been in squads that you would have picked, not always played in the final 11. He will have travelled around with you guys a lot, but kind of feel for him because he hasn't always got that final spot in the team.
Yeah, and sat behind one of our greatest ever white ball spinners in it, Adil Rashid, for a long, long time. Stopped him working hard on his game.
This time, a little bit quicker, and it skids on through. Dawson is into his
प्लीज़
work
भाई
quickly
चैनल में जो
again.
लाइव जुड़े हैं प्लीज़ चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर ले भैया
Brilliant, brilliant from Dawson. Straight in, line and length, excellent. Forces the error from giving himself room. Dawson doesn't stay away from the stumps.
Welsh Fire.
Clips leg stump on the way through. Joe Clark, 5 off 11, 37 runs from 33.
हेलो भाई जो लाइव में जुड़े हैं प्लीज़ भैया चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर
Going
दो
is
भाई
tough
प्लीज़
and
भाई
getting tougher. Dan Worrell doesn't get you, and Liam Dawson might just. Just a little quicker. In the end, the length, just not the length. Predetermined shot, couldn't pull out of it. Wicket to wicket.
Middle. Left on round two to come from.
Time for the skipper. Eskenazi on his back there. Must have forgotten his shirt or I don't know what's happened, but it is definitely Tom A.
थोड़ा नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम है भाई जुड़े रहो लाइव से चार 429 लोग देख रहे हैं जो भाई मेरे से जुड़े हुए थोड़ा वेट करे भाई, नेटवर्क का इशू चल रहा है भाई, थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है भाई, टेंशन मत लो भाई, दिखाऊंगा लाइव। शुक्रिया भैया जो जुड़े भाई, जुड़े रहे, थोड़ा नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम चल रहा भाई, हाई क्वालिटी करके दिखला रहे भाई, थोड़ा सब्र करो भाई, सब्र करो, सब्र का फल मीठा होता है भाई, जानते हो ना भाई। चल रहा है काला हो गया एकदम।
अब जंगली रमी पर खेलो टूर्नामेंट्स, ज्वाइन करो विद लो एंट्री फी जैसे 10, 50, 100 रुपए और जीतो लाखों के इनाम। खेलो।
As well to reach this, there's a huge gap over extra
भाई हाई
cover.
क्वालिटी हो गया भाई, टेंशन मतलब भाई,
Ball normally right
जल्दी भाई लोग जुड़ जाओ भाई लाइफ में भाई,
down there. Clever cricket.
जो बर्दाश्त किया वो
Initiative.
अब एकदम एचडी में देखेगा भाई, एकदम
Try
एचडी
and get
क्वालिटी कर दिया
momentum
भाई,
going.
फुल एचडी एकदम। जल्दी जल्दी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो भाई प्लीज भाई,
Strong zones.
जल्दी जल्दी भाई लोग जुड़ जाओ, जल्दी जल्दी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो भाई, एकदम फुल एचडी क्वालिटी कर दिया भाई।
Vitally important. Bairstow, Roy at the top of the order.
टाइम लगा
Going
लेकिन कोई
out
बात
there
नहीं
and
भाई,
setting the
एकदम
tone,
एचडी क्वालिटी में दिखा रहा हूँ।
embodying everything the team was about, being aggressive, every opportunity, but imposing themselves on the game at every opportunity.
Gone, aiming leg side. Nathan Ellis, who's so clever with his variations. This time it was full and straight. And Jonny Bairstow plays the shot again, but he's going to have to walk off.
He'll be gutted with this Bairstow.
Welsh Fire, number
Looks
6.
as if it's there to hit. Out his innings, the ball has moved around, nipped, swung everywhere. This is pretty straight. It's almost like Bairstow is through the shot before the ball is there to hit. 12 off 11, 51 on the board off 46.
It looked like it was almost there, didn't it? It looked like it was almost the delivery he wanted. Maybe that's why he stood out there and tried to play the shot again. Angling leg side slightly, just clip it. He couldn't get a bat on it. Just look at the length, that's the key. Is there enough? Yeah, there's enough there. It wasn't a Yorker by any means. Credit to the bowler though, target the stumps, you miss, and he certainly hit. He's a very good cricketer. Had a role to play with ball in hand, he's brilliant in the field, three-dimensional player. Job to do here. What are you saying to your team here? 4 down, 51.
Well done, London Spirit. No, I'm not Welsh. No, here. It's a difficult situation to be in. It's a situation they've found themselves in previously. I've done, as have a lot of teams in this tournament. It's an easy one to get back from. Need a partnership to gather some momentum. Do bat deep. It's a matter of gathering that momentum, trying to get back in the game. And take confidence in your bowling side. London Spirit will be the same. Both bowling sides have done well in this tournament. It's the batting that's let them down. So can they get to a score? Can the Welsh Fire get to a score that they feel they can defend if they bowl as well as they have done? Ball is just starting to turn. I see the likes of Mason Crane after the swing of Willie, Henry, David Payne. You got the X factor of Harris Ralph to come in. Serious pace, can get the ball to move around. High quality attack. So can they get to a score that they feel might be enough?
Through. It's been a real struggle for Welsh Fire. 50 balls have gone, 54 runs.
50 balls already halfway point of the Welsh Fire.
Changes in the field. Grandad's in.
As a bowler, I was always into stats, trying to find those little nuggets to improve my game. Spotting my average was worse against left-handers was a defining moment in my career. I changed my approach, started bowling round the wicket, and within a year, I became the best ranked bowler in the world.
Brilliant for Brody!
It's the same in business. Having the right information can be a real game changer.
Get game-changing insights powered by Sage Copilot, your new AI productivity assistant. Sage, helping business flow.
Sun's out and everyone's in.
It's number 9.
It's been tough going for the Welsh Fire before halfway point. Have fallen regularly, and the London Spirit just been able to
क्या हो गया भाई? लाइफ नहीं चल रहा, एकदम बहुत नेटवर्क का प्रॉब्लम है भाई। हेलो भाई, मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो भाई। जो चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं करे भाई तो बंद कर देता हूँ। बताओ क्या चला के कोई मतलब नहीं है। देखते हो भाई लोग, लेकिन चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं करते। जल्दी चैनल सब्सक्राइब करो भाई, जल्दी जल्दी भाई लोग चैनल सब्सक्राइब करो भाई, जल्दी जल्दी एकदम जल्दी लाइफ में जोड़ो भाई। अगर आप लाइफ में नहीं जुड़ेंगे तो मेरा चैनल बंद हो जाएगा भाई। लाइव स्ट्रीम बंद कर
Manchester Originals, Brave made a great start. 82 they are of 59 balls with just the one.
Well, and again, width. And on this pitch, particularly with these dimensions here, hitting to the shorter side, width will always be punished.
And also just a fraction short. And when it is that short, you can get the hands through it. How fast their hands are. It's an interesting one, bringing the power on. Bowlers used had a huge amount of success in strangling the Welsh Fire.
Yes, Michael! Go!
Please, you mentioned Danny White's got some runs. She's in my fantasy league team. Is she in yours?
Yes, she is. I knew you were desperate to mention the fantasy league at the moment, with you doing so well.
Well, I've slipped to second now. Nasser has just crept up on the outside and he's got his beak in front.
It's in most situations, isn't it? Afternoon, Nas. 60 gone, 66 on the board.
Tested to the limit, sure, non-stop protection. Sponsors Sky's coverage of the hunt.
Vitality gets your health moving forward. And this is how it's done. They help you get healthier. And they get you back in the game. Taking you to the next step ahead. Because progress only happens when you move forward. And forward feels good. Move forward with Vitality.
Tested to the limit, sure, non-stop protection. Sponsors Sky's coverage of the hunt.
Well, Welsh Fire continues to bide their time here. 40 balls left. Just 66 on the board. Just wonder as well, Daggers. We saw it a little bit in the women's game before us. Batters choosing a specific time, a specific bowler to try and target. Obviously, right hands are now on strike. There is that short side to the leg side. At some point they're going to have to think about who do they go after, when do they go after.
Well, again, it's a difficult one. Just showing you where the deep field is. Nathan Ellis, an exponent, especially in the business end of an innings. 3 on the leg side, but no one straight. So that gives the indication that he's just going to bang the ball into the surface a little bit, not bring the batters onto the front foot. I mean, you're probably better positioned to answer this than I am. Where would you go?
I think at some point, when we're at the partnership, they're 17 off 17, so it might be a conversation as to who might try to bat through, maybe bat with lower risk, and who might try to...
गेम के लिए रेडी हो जाओ। My 11 सर्कल डाउनलोड करो और 1500 रुपए का ज्वाइनिंग बोनस पाओ। डाउनलोड My 11 सर्कल नाउ। इस खेल में आदत
more aggressor. I would suggest Abel is the one who can continue knocking it around. Maybe Phillips.
भाई लोग आप मेरा चैनल जो जुड़े भाई चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो प्लीज भाई, नहीं तो मेरा चैनल बंद हो जाएगा भाई, लाइव स्ट्रीम बंद कर दूंगा।
As you say,
जल्दी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो,
got
लाइक
the
करो।
depth that they would like, which would allow them to play with that freedom with the bat. One thing going in their favour though, it's already been mentioned, their bowling attack is excellent. So even if they do get that under par score, 1.5 runs a ball here will get them up to 1, 2, 3. There'll still be a bit of confidence in the camp that got a chance of defending it. Very good again from Nathan Ellis. So 65 balls gone, 69 runs on the board, and it will be a strategic timeout.
Welsh Fire, time now for London.
This looks interesting. When is it?
So, what big Hollywood star did you get for a movie?
I got Mr. Hollywood himself.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Huh. Clooney's let himself go. And up. Don't flinch, don't flinch. No. It's like Mr. Hollywood never made a movie before.
Leave me alone.
Sorry, you got a soggy bottom. Just make it simple. With 2-for-1 cinema tickets when you take out the qualifying products to compare the market.
Bacteria causes plaque in your mouth and along the gum line. Try new Colgate Total Plaque Pro Release. Its precision foam technology helps dissolve and lift away gum-harming plaque 3 times more effectively. For whole mouth superior protection. New Colgate Total Plaque Pro Release from the #1 brand recommended by dentists.
The new Buffalo Tower Burger. Chicken, hash brown, buffalo sauce. Too tall for adverts.
Oh, wow.
That's in. Bye-bye, Phil.
So Welsh Fire 69 from there, 65 balls, 4 wickets to fall so far. Tom Kohler-Cadmore, the first one, really struggled early on against Damore. It's a good catch in the end by Andre Russell. And then Luke Wells managed to pick up the fielder in the deep. Down the ground. And the third one to go was Joe Clark, Liam Dawson continuing his brilliant 100 runs and wickets for him. And then Jonny Bairstow being bowled by Nathan Ellis, just looking to whip it in onto the leg side. So the London Spirit will be more than happy with where they're at the moment. No, they won't be able to, they won't want to let these two off, then Phillips and Tom Abel. Liam Dawson back in for his 5 ball. Out. Hugely
प्लीज भाई चैनल
experienced
सब्सक्राइब
cricketer.
कर लो, नहीं तो लाइव
Campbell
स्ट्रीम
has
बंद
been
कर देंगे।
excellent with the ball for the Welsh Fire. 3 for 14 and 2 for 23. What to do now with the bat?
Every wicket that falls as well, it takes a little bit of time. There is very little time now for the Welsh Fire. Just halts any potential scoring rate.
Get it! Off the mark for David Willey. Oh, 70 balls gone now, 71 on the board. David Willey, I remember, he has opened historically, hasn't he, in the past? Remember Northants, when he was there to start with, he was brilliant bat and ball, opened the batting A, then they made the move to Yorkshire, he's now back at Northants, so he's a very versatile cricketer.
Yeah, absolutely. And when he played internationally, this was the kind of area he would tend to come in. Although it was so devastating at the top of the order. He batted, he not only opened, but would do 3. Such a clean striker of a cricket ball, especially in the power play. Even more so now, we were talking about the dynamic when Abel and Glenn Phillips were together, exposing that lower order, and that's what David Willey's got on his mind too. But Henry due to come in next.
This is been observing at the other end. Last few balls, 10 off 10 from him. He can be devastating as well when he gets going, but I think that's the key. When they get going, they just haven't been able to.
Well, sooner or later, a decision has to be made on how they're going to aim. You can't just keep nudging signals here, there and everywhere. Now, maybe in the back of the Welsh Fire mind that they look at their own bowling lineup, think that it's seriously impressive and they just need to get themselves to some kind of total, maybe a sort of 110, 115. The flip side of that, they could also be thinking, well, the scoreboard is barely moving here. So rather than just defend it, let's not die wondering and start to launch from here on in. Phillips been there for 12 balls, which in the context of a 100 game is plenty of time enough.
Yeah, I think that's the that it was Carlos Brathwaite when he was at Birmingham Bears playing in the Blast. That was their approach. They would prefer to be all out for an under-par score rather than trying to scramble their way up to a total which 9 times out of 10 the opposition is going to chase down. And I suppose that's the decision that Welsh Fire have got to make here is, are they going to twist? Are they going to try and take on these last 25 balls. Again, that's the area. Good from Ollie Stone. 75 balls gone now, 73 on the board.
25 to go. Welsh Fire, 73 runs scored. 5 batters out, 25 balls to go. Still plenty of time to see you on the big screen here at Lord's. Want to see you on the Meerkat crowd cam, but scan that QR code and we'll see you on the big screen. And it's going to happen in 5 balls time. In just a moment or two, you can be on Lord's big screen. Scan that QR code. Now back to ball for London Spirit, number 12, Andre Russell.
Relatively happy-looking London Spirit dressing room. And why wouldn't you be? 25 balls to go, just 73 on the board. David Willey sits back and lashes at that one over wide mid-on. It's often said, but that is a welcome boundary.
Absolutely. They do bat deep, the Welsh Fire. David Willey has found himself over the course of his career at the top of the order. Other teams down the order, but either way, it's a lot of power to work with. It must be said, Butch, Welsh Fire haven't been in the game enough to try and capitalise on that short bounce. Run rate trying to establish, but continuing to lose wickets. Take confidence in the fact that the opposition today, the London Spirit, in previous games have also been in trouble.
20 balls left in
Dawson. His last 5 deliveries of the match has the excellent figures of 2 for 9. Short leg side boundary. Won't be bounced. pushed it through quicker, did Dawson. He knew where Payne would be aiming. And middle stump gets rocked back. It's 7 now.
100.
Well, Matt Henry sees the funny side. At least he knows he's going to have a ball in his hand at some point very soon.
Take a scan, please, guys.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is smile. Nowhere near short enough. Payne preoccupied with that short boundary. Dawson just pushes it through. Full straight and flat. And that is the end of that.
Oh.
Left-handed Willie on strike. 4 men back, long off, long on, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square. Opportunity at international level over a long period of time, but he's never let anyone down that he's
It is 20 deliveries. Simply outstanding. It is 20 deliveries. Outstanding. Goes about his business quite nonchalantly. Do not take that for granted. High performer.
Yeah, 34 years of age now. He's been a high-class cricketer. Quite given the opportunity at international level over a long period of time, but he's never let anyone down that he's played for, Liam Dawson. Owen Morgan always had other people he fancied picking. Nathan Ellis with a hop, skip and a jump.
Right on.
देखिए मेरा गेट हो गया क्या करूं?
Nathan Ellis with a hop, skip and a jump.
Right on.
Dave Willie will play this exactly how he played Liam Dawson. Maybe try and get off strike.
No one's taken more wickets in power plays in T20s than David Willie.
Yes, get something on the board. I've seen the ball swing around for the likes of Mullen, Stone, Henry, Payne. Dave Willie will be no different. They will feel in the game. If they can get 100, 105, take early wickets, they'll believe.
Excellent slow ball. Well, they lost chasing 113 at Cardiff in the last game.
Certainly did. They folded quite spectacularly in a run chase, but their first game restricted the Manchester Originals to 86 for 9 in 100 balls. On paper, they're as good a bowling unit as there is in this tournament. High quality, a lot of internationals.
मेरा नाम विक्रम कुमार मुखिया है। आप विश्वास नहीं करोगे, एक ही टीम बनाया था।
So if they can get 20 more somehow, they'll believe.
keep it down the hill there. Dawson berates himself, feels he should have done better. Need to have that memory. Narrowly failing to chase 113 against Oval Invincibles. Low scores can be defended if there's a bit of help in the surface. 90 balls gone then, 10 left.
हेलो भाई अजान हो रहा है, थोड़ा आवाज़ कम कर देते हो भाई, अजान हो रही है अजान।
Guys can, a couple of the guys in the top order can get set. I think.
When you say it's a naughty little pitch, just
हेलो गाइस,
explain
जो
a
चैनल
little
पे
bit.
जुड़ा है चैनल
Surprised
सब्सक्राइब
by,
कर दो भाई.
the kind of movement that you were getting?
Yeah, it's a bit of everything really. There's swing, nip, and it's really steep bounce, so it's hard to.
First off, first time ever, 10 dot balls to kick off an innings. Must feel nice.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's alright. It's a naughty little pitch, I think, for the seamen.
Championship or red ball cricket, you know, bowling that sort of channel and dotting up and beating the back. Change anything. Is there a sort of temptation sometimes to think, oh, I'm going to try something different, or you just stick with what works?
Absolutely. Every second ball, I was thinking big in swinging your hooker. But no, in T20, you've just got to do the same thing over and hope that do something silly. So yeah, tonight when you've got a pitch like that, you've just got to use every variable in your favour. So that's all there is to it.
Obviously, a difficult start to the season, but this is going to put you in a good mood, a good chance to get your first pitch.
I don't think we can get ahead of ourselves here. We've still got a tough bit of work to do, but that's right. Tonight we started fresh, come out and try and put our show on for the crowd that's here tonight to watch.
Well, superb stuff from you today. Thanks for your time.
Cheers. Thanks. Well, this could be an interesting chase. Swing, nip, and
And a crunchy, crumbly texture. Lovely. Maryland. Good to the last crumb. And why not try packable, snackable Maryland minis?
Bacteria causes plaque in your mouth and along the gum line. Try new Colgate Total Plaque Pro Release. Its precision foam technology helps dissolve and lift away gum-harming plaque 3 times more effectively. For whole mouth superior protection. New Colgate Total Plaque Pro Release from the #1 brand recommended by dentists.
This summer, turn a lunchtime into a Taste the Difference picnic.
Sainsbury's, good food for all of us.
The new Buffalo Tower Burger. Chicken, hash brown, buffalo sauce. Too tall for adverts.
When your broadband goes, so do your customers. That's why Sky Business Broadband has automatic 4G backup and a stay connected guarantee. Will Sky Business keep you up and running no matter what? Better believe it. Let our dedicated team handle your switch today.
Actually been a very successful lawyer, but it turns out I am very good at solving murder cases.
This summer, things are looking up with a blockbuster collection that has a hit for everyone. Sky Cinema Blockbusters, available now.
Tested to the limit, sure non-stop protection sponsors Sky's coverage of the hunt.
Right, this game is currently ongoing then down at Southampton. Danny Wyatt has just been dismissed, or a little while ago. Sophie Back at home, the view that we've got, we're out in the middle here. It is a sensational place to be. We're just, well, you guys back at home, the view that we've got, we're out in the middle here. It is a sensational place to be. We're just, well, media behind us. You're going to see the pavilion in a moment. It is a very special place to be. And as I say, for both these sets of sides, Welsh Fire probably won't feel like that right now because things haven't gone quite their way with the bat in hand. But they do have a sensational bowling lineup as well. So don't quite write off this game. But what's been the problem, Butch?
Well, excellent bowling for a start. However, the pitch does play its part. The conditions always play their part in the game. For me, there's a touch too much grass on the pitch. It sort of cushions the ball and just makes it kick and fly through. You have somebody as skillful as Dan Worrell with that new ball in his hand who's able to swing it. Tom Kohler-Cadmore is an excellent player. Now, we probably gave him a little bit of a hard time, all in jest, tongue-in-cheek, on comms at the beginning, but he missed 8 out of 10 first balls and didn't get off the mark, and the ball is swinging, kicking and flying through. Now, the surface itself, the grass isn't live, it's kind of dead straw-like grass, but it's very, very thick. You almost lose your hand in it. And what happens is it just sort of takes the pace or the momentum, the forward momentum off the ball and makes it stop and then bounce. And if you've got somebody as skillful as Dan Worrell with it in his hand, he will make it swing, kick and bounce from a full length, and it is a nightmare to try and score runs off. In fact, it's a nightmare to try and lay a bat on, as you can see here.
Yeah, I mean, tough going, like you say, right? He's a top player, and life is tough. Let's go and show you guys what we're talking about, because, and Liz, perhaps more grass on the pitch because there's a women's game first, and it suits the women that there's plenty more grass on the pitch. But is there an argument to suggest that once the women's game is finished, just get the mower on and take some of that grass off?
Yeah, if it's going to benefit both sides. I think obviously in the women's game we want extra pace on the pitch. It's good for the bowlers, it's good for the batters as well. But if it's not working out for the men's game, then absolutely, why not take a layer of it? I think the interesting thing here though at Lords is just how they also use the angles in terms of your run scoring shot. When we watched the women's game, because it had a bit of extra pace, you can actually hit it hard in front of square. If you pick it up early, get it, use the extra pace, hit it hard in front of square. And I just wonder how we've seen that innings pan out, if that's something that the batting side could have done a little bit more effectively, is use the angles here more, especially if you're hitting to that short side. You don't always have to try and overhit the ball and think, oh, I need to clear the ropes here. Actually try and work the angles and try and get the scoreboard ticking over that way. But as you say, Nighty, it is a good pitch. It's just that tennis ball bounce which will really suit this Welsh Fire attack.
They've used their feet a bit more. If I just come here, I'll probably get told off here, but anyway, I'm in the crease mark here. I'm not going to run down.
अब जंगली रमी पर खेलो टूर्नामेंट्स ज्वाइन करो विद लो एंट्री फी जैसे 10, 50, 100 रुपए और जीतो लाखों के इनाम खेलो कहीं भी जीतो कभी भी जंगली रमी
Could they have run down a bit, because you know roughly where the length of the ball is going to be time and time again?
Well, Luke Wells did.
Yeah.
Luke Wells did, but then Dan Worrell just goes, well, I'll just bowl it. He's going to run at me every single ball in order to